Good morning, good morning. Welcome. We are here for the morning reset. Let me fix my dang thing. Hey, you guys, welcome in. Thank y'all so much for coming in this morning. Good. Um, Come on in the room. If you are seeing me right now, I am getting ready to share my live out to all the people that I can. Sending it out, sending it out. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being in here. I am sharing it. My good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hey, BK, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yo, yo, yo. We're going to get started in just a moment. To do actually a panel this morning and see how everybody is feeling. I hope I'm not sending it to the same people multiple times, child. Because I'm over here sending it out. Welcome in. I'm definitely about to invite y'all up in just a second. I'm just trying to send it out to some more people. If you could, please do one of those like mass shares, you know what I'm saying? Where you just share it down to a whole bunch of motherfucking people. Whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people. I hope you feeling good this morning. I'm grateful to be up this morning. Hello, hello, hello. Do y'all hear me? You know, I went to sleep and I was like, you need to go to sleep. Like, you be up just doing, no. You need to go to sleep and get some rest so I can be up this morning so I can be up to chat for my people. Hey, Ellie, how are you? Thank y'all so much for coming in and thank y'all for the daily heart me's. Sharing a live. Thank y'all for sharing it. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope y'all are feeling just as amazing as you are on the inside, okay? You guys are so amazing, and I hope y'all feel good this morning. I am in the process of trying to share this live out as much as possible. You think you be in shadow ban? What you mean? What you mean? Okay. What you mean you be in shadow? Why you think that? What's going on? I don't even know. I'm like, did I share it out to all these people already? I don't know, y'all. I don't be knowing. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for being in here this morning. I am just getting up, and just getting my day started today. I hope y'all know that y'all can do anything. I hope y'all know how powerful you are. I hope y'all know how amazing you are. I hope y'all know how truly loved you are. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Miss Lewis, good morning. How are you? And thank you guys so much for coming in. We are in the manifestation room, and it is the morning reset, y'all. Morning reset. All right, we getting reset in the morning and getting up with some good vibes and energy. Heinz, yeah, if you, depending on what you comment, sometimes it'll block it. It didn't say anything, but try to retype the comment and then like just do it in a way that's like rewrite it, if that makes sense. Rewrite it, and that might help. Oh, sorry, y'all, still yawning, okay? I'm still getting myself all the way up and together, but just so y'all know, I appreciate y'all for coming in and being in here this morning. If y'all could tap the live up, that'd be great. If y'all can't, I know, I understand if y'all in here and y'all cannot tap and stuff right now. I got y'all. Please share it out if you can. We gonna get some people in here so we can get started with this panel this morning. My goal in the mornings, especially on Sunday mornings, is to make it so that we are able to, did I say Sunday? Wednesday mornings, I meant to say. My goal on Wednesday mornings are so that, we're able to kind of open up the floor. I will invite people up to chat, to get on the panel. So if you're in here, I am going to invite you, just letting you know right now. Obviously by choice for you to get up here, and it is not anything specific that, like you gotta do. I do ask that you grab a daily heart me if you can. And if you cannot, that is also okay as well. But I do ask that we had these conversations. I want to open the floor for people to kind of talk. Y'all know this is a safe space, and it's a lot going on right now, y'all. The energy is crazy. But it's not actually, I shouldn't be laughing because it's crazy right now, right? It's a lot going on. And I know we all are dealing with it in the best way that we can. A lot of us, like for me, it's just like, get to work, do what it is. You want to build what it is. You want to build, what are you going to, like, create what you want the world to be. Y'all feel me? Like, we are going through a stage of human evolution like no other, right? So it's like a lot of stuff is going to crumble, but there's so much being birthed during this time, and I'm making sure that I'm a part of the side that is birthing something new into this reality that we want to see, instead of necessarily upholding old ways of being and things that are outdated and not for our best. I'm in this space. I'm like, okay, we got to birth some things into existence right now. And, it's not necessarily always easy. It's not necessary. It's a mental thing. It's a lot of mental things going on. And I say all that to say, I'm opening up the floor for people to talk because I think that, all of us going through all of this together, we need the community and we need to have conversations about it. Because I don't know about y'all, like, I think the people around me that I keep in my close circle, for the most part are like, yeah, like this is some crazy things going on and we got to do this and we working together, blah, blah, blah. But that's not always the case for everybody. Everybody does not necessarily have people that are like necessarily aware, that care, that, have compassion or that are understanding and kind of like respect each other's emotions. Like everybody doesn't have like safe spaces, where they can go and talk about how they're feeling right now, good or bad. So I just want to create that space and continue to hold that space for those of you that are coming in the room on Wednesdays. Want to make sure we're connecting with connect with me and also connect with the people that come in and out of the room if you feel called to, because a lot of the time these people are amazing people. They come in, they got good energy, good vibes, and good intentions, and they do support. All right, they are engaging people, they support, and they make it do what it do. All right. So with that being said, I am going to invite y'all to come up. But like I said, if you can't come right now, that's fine. Or if you like, you know what, actually, I'm good today. I don't really have too much to say. That's okay too. Hey Hines, welcome in. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. No, not really. It's low.
Hold on.
That's a little better, whatever you just did to you. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me stop loud at the gym.
You said what? You at the gym?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little like muffled. Is that because you in your headphones? Yeah, it's a little muffled. It's like you sound really far away.
What about now?
Yep, we can hear you now. There you go.
Yep, I'm switching my headphones.
Okay. So how are you doing today?
No, I'm great mentally at the moment. Just at the gym, getting this workout in.
Yeah,
How you feel?
I'm feeling all right this morning. I feel excited to be here with y'all. I feel good, like it's and getting my day started.
I feel that.
Yeah, I feel good getting my day started. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't talk just
Hey.
yet. I'm getting the
Yeah.
kids off to school. It's okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put
That's
myself
okay.
on mute. Hey, guys. Good morning.
Hey, Ellie.
Morning.
Hey.
On mute.
Okay.
Okay. You do.
Is my background loud? Because I know I'm in here.
It's not that loud. If it gets loud, like I can mute it too, but it's not
All
super
right.
loud.
Okay.
Do you feel like going to the gym is really helping you with your mental at this time during all this everything going on with you?
The gym has been helping me with my mental for these last 2 years. Okay,
Yeah.
it's probably more crucial now than ever, though. just to have some type of outlet, because a lot of time people sit and fester and things that bother them or what's going on instead of finding that outlet to, decompress from that. So it's
Yeah.
definitely helpful for me, keeps my mind from being all boggled up, get some physical movement in, moving my body. So, yep, absolutely.
That makes sense.
I
That's
think
why.
it's I think it's important for everybody, whether it's the gym, whether you getting out walking, doing yoga, whatever your judge is, just do something. Don't sit stagnant and, do something. Move.
Yeah, definitely. Because moving the energy through the body is really important.
Yeah, it is. And
And
that's
I feel like that's my issue. I feel like I know that I need to just do that more. Like I take time and I go on my walks and stuff like that, but I still think upping it for sure.
oh yeah, for sure. Because like you said, holding stagnant energy in your body, and it is not just necessarily from I don't know. It could be a multitude of things, right? Because our whole entire body needs to be
Yes,
worked out.
exactly.
Can you hear me still? My bad.
Yeah.
Your whole body needs to be worked out. Spiritually, mentally, physically. So again, whatever that looks like, make sure people are doing something. Meditate, hell. If you paraplegic, you can't do much with your body. Meditate. Move your fingers or something. I don't know.
And must
I don't mean to sound
work
insensitive.
on it.
That did come off insensitive.
Huh?
I said I don't mean to sound insensitive if that came off insensitive.
Oh no, yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. Like it's just like, find ways to find your ways to get your body moving as much as possible. I know Ellie, like I know she's on mute right now, but she also does um lives as far as I know still on a Zumba and doing yoga and stuff like that too. Um
Right.
those are really good for well one, it just reminds us to get moving, but then like two, it's just also like for people who maybe don't know what to do. Beginnings in those spaces is always really good to kind of just see what that looks like, cause or just remember see what it looks like and remember how important it is to do. I would say during this time, like whatever thing keeps you going mentally is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing myself into like creating and like content and stuff like that. That's really helpful because for me, like I said, I just feel like we are all kind of like at this place where we are birthing something or like, we know change has to happen, but it's like, we may all feel like, well, what do I do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But us doing what we doing is really helpful to the community and stuff. So like for me it's like creating and like doing content and stuff like that and learning more about this, and then for you maybe like your wellness and your health journey. Um and my I feel like right now I'm back on like, oh, you like being consistent about just taking care of myself physically as well, because that adds a lot to the mental game, or you know what I'm trying to say, like
Yeah.
it
I
helps
agree.
mentally a lot. Hey, Beast and Books, welcome in. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Which
helps
is
mentally a lot.
which is all a part of our wellness. We have to. I know it's not always easy because we give our energy or our time or space to other things, other people. But we have to remember to pull that call within ourselves. The things that we need to do so we can be well rounded or at least show up. Because
Mm,
a lot of times people are mentally checked out. And it's like, okay, you know, uh, it's probably easier said than done sometimes, especially if there's layers in your life. If you got kids, if you deal with a job, which a lot of us do, 40, 60, however many hours out the week, or showing up for other people mentally because they always are in crisis and we're their therapists. But shit, who's our therapist? How we showing up for ourselves? We can't give out to others and we're depleted. So,
yeah. No, it's really a time where it's like you realizing like how much you have to pour back into yourself right now. Um, but doing that while pouring into the community, doing that for the purpose of being better. You know what I'm saying, for your community, and like not just like the self-centered or selfish way, like, and I'm not saying nothing that you said with it because it wasn't. I'm just saying like it's like just learning like to take care of yourself in this time, so that you can be the best that you can for everyone around you. And that's like easier. It's easier said than done, man. It's easier said than done. If you are used to like pouring out or just being there for everybody else, but not necessarily yourself, it's going to take a mental shift and it takes a real strategic shift to kind of like not do that anymore. Because you may go through feelings of feeling like, oh, like, well, depending on your situation, sometimes we just have to take care of, like, we have to take care of people.
Yeah, but we still want to make sure that we find some type of space for ourselves. Absolutely, I agree with you though.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I just had the thought the other day. I was like, not to go backwards. I was like, I kind of want a little bit of the COVID time back to where I was more solitude and didn't have to deal with so many different, people, personalities, energies. Because, baby, the world will suck you up and spit you out if you let it. And this is like for me, when I'm mentally overstimulated by things, I try not to check out, but I feel like that's a part of me now from when I was in my isolation period of just being like, okay, I can cut everything and everyone out. I don't have to deal with it. And it's easy to kind of go and do that, but with the time that's going on now and knowing that, I need to show up in this community, in this world, it's not as easy to do. But
Yeah, I feel that it's easy to go in our own little bubble sometimes. Um, but it's like, is it the time to do that? You get what I'm saying?
it's
Because like really we should be like strategically organizing. You get what I'm saying? Like I kind of go back and forth between like, and I'm not saying that shouldn't happen, but I just kind of go back and forth between like taking care of myself, but then being like, wait a minute, should we be talking more like, what's the word? Like, should not, and this is not out of fear. This is just like out of like, should we really be discussing more about what we are doing? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, as a community, like, okay, the gloves are off now. Do you got some land? Like, you get what I'm saying? Where are we going? Like, I don't know. Like, I go back and forth, and I guess this is like why I say like, listening to what your intuition says and going with it because it's gonna lead you where you need to be. Um, but like I do think about that. Like, okay, it is easy because I'm telling you, I agree. Like being back anywhere with a whole bunch of people after COVID has been a little bit more challenging. Um, COVID really taught me a lot. It was a time to go within. It was a time to go within in COVID because you had to go inside. Like you just had to, and you had to change some things up. We were forced. A lot. The world was forced. The possibility of our own mortality. Um,
yeah,
and then how do we exist and like create when the world stops? Like, what do we do when the world stops? You know. Um,
shit,
and
work on
it's
ourselves and continue to elevate.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
know we can't stay in a self-centered world for the rest of our lives. But we wish we would. If I'm sure if anyone could wake up and just live throughout their day exactly how they wanted to. You wake up in peace. You go and do whatever your favorite things are. You make money as you're doing it. You want to, I don't know, travel somewhere, do whatever, be leisurely. You could do that. Who doesn't want to live a life like that and not be bothered, not be irritated, be peaceful, you know? we're
Yeah.
all here to do something, but we all also want to have our mental health intact while we're doing things,
I'm
So
sorry. You said have our what while we doing things?
our mental health intact.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I think that what you said is absolutely possible to do, like living a life where you feel, at ease, when you waking up. But it's like, I guess right now too. Hey, love, welcome in. I think that it's right now. It's like, okay, giving ourselves permission to do that as the world like is going a
Yeah,
bit bonkers. It's going a bit bonkers. So one thing that I saw yesterday was about like we know that we're having the shutdowns and things like that in the government and stuff like that, and how it's just like kind of like a ripple effect.
yeah,
And I know we've had government shutdowns before. Hey Nate, welcome in. This one, I don't know if it feels different, but I think it's just because people are kind of, at a different level of like consciousness and
yeah,
being like, actually, I'm not about to, like, because a lot of those federal workers are supposed to go to work and just not get paid. Um, hey Nate, I'm doing good. How you doing? And so it's tough because now I feel like, well, one thing I saw was like that a lot of airports and stuff, people are calling out. Like the people that would normally have went to work during the shutdowns and stuff that normally used to, they're calling out and they're like, no, I'm not going.
as they
And
should.
and it's like, right, like I'm fully 1,000%. I'm on their side with those things because I don't feel like what's happening is right at all. And I think that there's a domino effect, you know, that happens as these people are making these decisions, which it should, and they have to stand up at some point and be like, all right, I'm not doing all of this. But I guess when those things happen, I guess for me, I'm thinking like, all right, what does that mean for us in the collective that don't necessarily do those jobs, but are gonna, people, normal day, everyday people are gonna be affected by these things. Hey Nate, thank you so much for the Go Populars.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like if we ever want change to come about, and all these antics that the government and things are doing, we have to stand up against it. And the only way to do that is for people to really start showing up and protesting against it. And what we do in the meantime is continue. My answer is always going to be continue to work and develop on self. You know, because all these things are like moments, eras. They're gonna pass, but still stay in preparation for what it is you need to do and what you're gonna be putting out into the community or into the world to bring together, as a collective, a community or whatever, to continue to build in community, basically.
1,000%. I
Well,
definitely see that, and I definitely agree. Like at some point, like, and people are already, getting up protesting, and people have been doing this, so this is not new. But I think that the waves of just more and more and more, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
More and more people doing it is what's going to begin to take place. Thank y'all for 1K likes. I
Has
think
it?
that you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because the person that's in power anyway is going to continue to do chaotic, crazy things, and it's just like, do you keep continuing to let these people in power continue to do what they have done for forever, for centuries, and keep on accepting it and laying down and accepting it? I mean, and I hate to use this phrase, but the world is on fire, you know, and this
Oh,
is like,
most definitely.
we gonna keep letting them light this world on fire, or we gonna start putting out these fires, the way that we can, and everyone, even though the overall goal is for everyone, to be communal or come into community and to work with one another. But also, as far as with yourself, you can't add to something if you're not, focusing and working on yourself to improve. You're not going to be wanting to work as a collective if you're still divided within yourself. So
Mm,
it's like
right.
we got to do work, continue to always work on ourselves to show up in other ways, I don't know, not to be bound down by anyone else's narrative or what should be happening. We've all been controlled so long within this community, and I'm sick. I am sick of the ish,
Oh
and
yeah.
sick of that, and sick of people feeling like their opinions and what they feel like things should do and how it should go. I'm sick of that. I don't care what anybody has to say anymore about anything, whether it's something that's been taught through what we've all been conditioned to learn. Like, let's start critically thinking for ourselves and stop going along with what we've been taught, and that's traditionally the correct way to do things. Like, if we don't get radical at some point, then things will never change.
Yeah, 1000%. I think there's so much. I think to your point of just being like the like radical thinking for ourselves is so important because it's so much information out here. Um, that you have to have a relationship with yourself in order to decipher all of what's going on and what it means to you and what it means for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I do think that people standing up and making a like, okay, this they're setting this boundary. Like, all right, I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming. Like, I'm not doing this because of it's like, oh well, we're just gonna put the everything in shutdown. It's fine. Y'all are still gonna work with no pay. Like that's what y'all do anyway. And it's like, yeah, actually no. You know what I mean? And I think because we are in a time where we're seeing it happen in real time, this government, um, going like down or collapsing. Um, it's tough because it's like, okay, well, what do we do? You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, we know that it's like this is long overdue. This administration is just the ones to bring it about because they are so ridiculous. Um, but change really did need to happen already.
Yeah.
Already. It's just highlighting everything that I feel like a lot of us were already feeling, especially those of us in the minority communities. And I say minority with quotes, right? But in those communities, it's like we've already been feeling that these things are not working for the people. We already knew that. And so it is like really like dramatic way is crazy, but we know like it needs to happen. My thing I think is to your point of learning self and having a relationship with self and like working on ourselves. I think that is the point that's really important because that's what's gonna add to like not hating everybody. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's harder to hold hate in your body for people when you really, really love yourself.
Absolutely.
So that to me is like hand in hand because it allows us to change but without hating each other.
Hmm.
It allows us to shift to a new way of being without forcing my beliefs on this other person over here that doesn't believe the same thing. But believes that because that's the thing, like I've met even people like recently, it's like, okay, I don't believe the exact same thing that you do, but are we good? We good. And
Yeah.
you appreciate me for what I bring and what you bring. I appreciate you and I can respect you and X, Y, and Z, right? Like that's the important part. Like we can honor one another, we honor one another and honor ourselves and um excuse me. Burp. Okay. Honor one another, honor ourselves, and work together. We all got different backgrounds.
Yeah, we do. And it's just really about, like you said, like people that's honoring or respecting one another, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know why that's so hard for people to do. People feel as though if you're not on the same page as them, that you can't get along. Like you can agree to disagree, but that don't mean we have to, not
I
get
think that
along.
really, yeah, I think that's really has been a part of the narrative though, and people don't necessarily even realize that they're being conditioned to believe like that, like
Yeah.
because we are not the same, and that's the
Nope.
beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. The thing, because the people that look like me and have this same type of makeup, like black woman, afro, right? It's a lot of us. I don't think nothing like y'all.
There's a lot of you there. What?
It's a lot of black women. I don't think anything like them,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
and vice versa, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So does that mean that does that mean that just because I am black that I have to automatically agree with you? No.
Right.
But does that mean that I can have a baseline level of respect for you? Absolutely. Does that mean that we can work together if that baseline of respect is there? Absolutely. Right? But that also means the same thing with somebody who doesn't look like me.
Yeah. That's true.
Because it's just like, it's a lot. It's people that think like me that don't look nothing like me.
Hmm.
Or not where
Absolutely.
they're from. Or they, as far as the bigger picture goes. Because I'm a big picture thinker. So it's like, as far as the bigger picture goes, it's like we need people that think like us, or not even think like us. We need people that respect us and are willing to work with us, even if they think differently. That's what I say.
Yeah, and that's all it takes sometimes. And I know that we all come from different backgrounds, and we're shaped and molded from the backgrounds that we come from, and that influence our thinking. And who am I to disregard or put you down because of how you feel about certain circumstances that you've been through? I might not be able to relate, but that doesn't make you invalid, or that doesn't mean I shouldn't respect
Your
where
experience.
yeah. And it's just like,
Yeah. Go ahead.
oh, no, that was what I was gonna say. Excuse me. Just show up and be respectful, because I'm gonna expect you to respect my space, or where I come from. You don't necessarily have to agree with it, but it's just like, okay, I've had my opinion. I've expressed it. I shared. This is how I feel about things. I don't have to go any further than that. I don't have to subscribe to, well, whatever your thoughts is and your counter is. I said what I said. This is how I feel. Respect it, and vice versa. But neither one of us has to subscribe to what we feel how things should go.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if we focus on what makes us alike, like
Yeah.
we all are trying to figure things out, and we all are, here on our journey for whatever whatever reason journey, whatever we're here for, child. Okay,
I
so
feel like we can all learn and gain some other type of perspective from people. That's why we are individuals, and it just opens up our mind more. Also, it's like, don't be so one dimensional or one track mind to where you feel like you cannot be open to the idea, of other possibilities. So yeah, I
um,
agree with you.
yeah, I think that excuse me, the way that everything is shifting right now, it's gonna be so necessary for our evolution to work together.
Yeah, it is.
Um, to put things the way we used to know them, to put it aside. And it doesn't mean that we can't, like, it can't be, hey, this happened and this is real, and this is a real thing. We're not gonna erase history, but
Yeah,
we do have to move forward in a way that best fits. But it's interesting.
yeah. And
It's
we
really, yeah, go ahead.
and we gotta stop thinking that we're more superior than the other person or everyone else around. People need to stop thinking that they're more superior, like in real life, because
I like it.
being
No,
superior
I'm
is a
sorry.
is a part of our ego, and it's a part of judgment also, because this is like, not to say that you can have your thoughts and feel like I'm above this, or above what people have going on. But as
Yeah,
far as, I guess, showing up in a way to be not as, supportive or friendly because you feel like you're better than somebody else. I mean, choose not to be around that person or the environments, but don't flaunt
yeah. I get what
your
you're saying.
superiority, towards other people, and whatever.
Yeah, because I think a lot of when you get into like the spirituality part of it, a lot of it is like learning. well, a lot of that messaging is like learning that we all are God and that we all come from the same energy, right? Our
Mm-hmm.
souls, rather. So it's like learning that it's like if you can look at people that are completely opposite from you, that you feel like you may be better than, and I used air quotes, right? So that you feel like you may be better than, but being like understanding that they are still you as
Mm-hmm.
well. Like if we all came from the same place and we are all each other, and that's why we can have these messages and things that resonate so deeply with us, even though it's coming from somebody that like you can listen to a reading or a message and you're like, how does this resonate? How are you able to tap into
Mm-hmm.
this energy? Is because we all are a part of that energy.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's
when you really look at people that you don't, when you look at people, and I'll say, when you look at someone like the person that's in the White House, okay?
mm-hmm.
And if you can find some commonality between you and that person, as much as you disagree with what they're doing, as much as you know that they're or whatever the case may be, right? Whatever your thoughts and opinions are, but if you can just even that baseline, one, we're human, right? And if you can look at this person with like any level, because it may be hard, especially how different you are, right?
Yeah.
But if you could look at that person with any level of compassion and understanding because of what I just said, that's a level of like growth. That's a level of like consciousness out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie, you want to say something, or are you not trying to?
Yeah, I said I'll go first. I have one thing. We're both from New York. There you go. So
See? Look at that.
no, the guy in office.
I know. Yeah. Look at
Right. I
that.
thought I was like, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
There
we
you
both
go.
from New York.
So we're
No,
both
for
from New
real.
York. So
I just
so
laugh because
I.
yeah, I
So
laugh.
when they talk about how he's like, an asshole and stuff, and he's blunt, I'm like, okay, that's that New York in him. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's real. Cause I know a lot of people from New York who say a lot of stuff, and you be like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So imagine so now you seen it on a bigger scale. Like, okay,
okay. And
uh,
and I think for me, what I'll say is just like that that ridiculous thought that you can do whatever you want. Like that ridiculousness of just being like, I can do whatever I want. Like I can do whatever I want. That's what I feel like, which is not great. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like there's definitely some like some pause to that.
You know what? Everyone has that mentality as adults. Shit, even as kids, as you starting to develop and grow up, and you start to have your own mind, think for yourself. We all want to do what we want to do, without any consequences or being asked or judged by it. So,
We want to be who we want to be and do what we want to do. Uh-oh, I don't know what happened. Hopefully
it
he
was.
just
Oh,
left
I thought it
out.
was me that dropped. No, because
No,
I'm
you still
outside, so my
here.
connection was going in and out. I'm on my way back home now.
Oh, okay. Hey, PC, welcome in.
But
I
yeah,
think it's so much. Let me see. He might. I sent him another invitation. He might have got out the live by accident. You back, man?
so I
Okay.
think I knocked myself out. My bad.
Oh no, you okay?
But yeah, I was saying though, I think that's probably the only thing I have in common with the person in the office is this: we all want to do what we want to do, right?
there you go. But you found
I
something,
Listen,
know,
right? Like she said.
yeah, that's probably the only thing we have in common.
and I think that no, literally
And
that.
that's okay.
That's okay. It gives me, to a really weird degree. It's like I know I'm not him,
Yeah.
so I should be good. Like you know what I'm saying, doing what the things that I want to do. You feel me?
Okay.
That's a fact.
Like I want to do it, but I got some grounding. You get what I'm saying? I got some grounding. You get what I mean? Like
if this man can go to bed at night with all these interesting decisions that he decides to make,
Not
you know,
interesting.
interesting. They're very interesting.
They are interesting.
Okay, okay.
What do y'all think about the concept of now? This is something I don't think I've talked about. Okay, we are all waking up to like authenticity and truth. What do y'all think his role is in that?
His role in authenticity and truth.
Authenticity,
Authenticity.
yeah, and truth. I'm like, okay, yeah. When I think about truth and authenticity, what do you think his role is in that? Because he is shining a light, and it might not be the light that we want though, but it's a light.
Yeah. I think probably for his background, for his truth, he really feels as though he's making America great again. And maybe what his great America looks like, because he's what, 80, is from a early 1900s setting to where he feel like his great is not for everybody. It's for a certain marginalized group of people. And he, how can you just be, selective to who you want America to be great for? And I feel like he feels like as though he's living in his truth by making this world great again because of the outdated laws that he's trying to bring back and put us into these conditioned ways. And if you really want to be real about it, all this stuff has never really changed. It just hasn't been as bold as it used to be. And he's trying to be more bold about it now. So his truth is to be more bold and empower people. That's his truth, his authenticity that he's offering to his people, but not to everyone else. So I think that in his mind, I think that's why I'd be like, it behooves me or it wows me sometimes when people mentally be thinking that they're serving for people or doing right by people, but they're really in their own padded cell, in their mind, causing chaos, and they're really not helping. But when you have to think about it, the way that you were brought up and that you were, how you were raised, that's gonna lead you to whatever truth that you think that you're offering into the world. So for him, that's his truth, that's his authenticity that he's helping.
Yeah. That's
So
a great point. I think, Ellie, did you have anything that you wanted to say? Because I wanted you to go first before I say what I thought.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I definitely that's an interesting perspective too, because sometimes I feel like a lot of people really don't listen to this man. I don't think he ever said he was trying to help people or individuals. Even when you hear him, he's a businessman. He's always been a businessman, and America's a corporation. So he's doing his job to run a business, and that's just how I see it. So at the end of the day, businesses don't always benefit people. I mean, we've all worked for businesses before, right? So they do what's best for the business. And at the same time, I feel like if you shift your perspective and you see that he's doing exactly what he said he's going to do. And that's it. And it's going to not, necessarily always benefit people. And I don't think he ever said that he was trying to help everyone. He's trying to make sure that America is good, period, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, definitely y'all both raised some really, really good points. One thing I think that Hines said, well, I definitely agree that I feel like what he's doing is good for business, or to his mind is good for business. It doesn't seem to be good. Yeah, I'm about to say it doesn't necessarily seem to be good for business, but I don't know, but it seems that that's where his mind is focused on, for a specific group of people to be good, right? A specific group of people to be good, and for the blanketed statement to be like America is good, right? And I think what you said, Hines, was like, you said something about dang. It was his it was like him. It was something you said about him being dang. What was it? Because it was really good. Like, and it made me think about us as a whole, or running things, I guess, for the benefit of maybe just a certain group of people, right?
yeah.
And only a certain group of people. Those are where the interests lie. But them saying it as if it's for everybody. And right, classism at its finest. I would like us. Well, I guess I would like to pose the question of: do we think that that's been happening all along in these presidencies, where like
Yes.
there's
Let's go back to the forefathers when we talk about what they did things for their best interest, and that did not include every single American, even back then when America was founded. So
Absolutely.
that's how like we're not really surprised, or we shouldn't really be surprised that it's still going on when it was
yeah,
founded this way.
Y'all know
yeah,
they want the rich to stay rich and the poor to stay poor. So,
right. They create lack because that's not even a thing.
yeah.
It's not even a thing. Like they literally create it so that it can be a thing. Like just that's a whole nother conversation. But yes, I was gonna say I definitely agree with it because, and that's why I say like he's shedding a light, even though it's not necessarily the light that we want. But I do think he is himself, and I do think that his authenticity, as ridiculous as he is literally what is causing such a stark contrast between people who absolutely cannot stand him versus people who are just going to blindly follow whatever he does and just love his fans, like love his draws, right? Like we are seeing that in real time. Like this is actually nuts. But he is himself. But he is also shedding a light on what we've already known the history of this country to be to me. Like I feel like I'm not really surprised at anything we're doing. I feel like if we see we have to change what America really represents. You know what I'm saying? Because he to me is it in the old way. Our country is so multicultural. Our country is so fast, multifaceted, beautiful, so much, but so much like of what's been at the top or the forefront is him. And it sucks because I think it's just really tough because we don't realize how bad it really is. But he's lightening that, or shedding light on that.
Yeah, he's the voice of all the closeted, all the things that people said behind closed doors, all the things that they voted. You know what I mean? It's just that it's out there now, and it's like, oh, those that wanted to stay hidden are like, what do we do? Like, oh, we can, like they just don't know how to operate like that. And it's like
Oh
that's the
yeah.
only thing. Like I agree with you. It's like I guess in a certain way I can respect that he is being himself, but at the same time I don't have to like it. I don't have to,
Oh,
Yeah.
co-sign to it, but I can respect that he is being real and he is showing me exactly who he
He's
is. I
showing us
respect
exactly
that.
who he is. He
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
yeah.
And we just
Yeah.
decide to do what we,
Do with it. Exactly.
do
Yeah.
with it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I will say that right there is, I will say that's amazing. That it's like, okay.
What's the last part you just said? There was some I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I was saying, I guess with that makes me think of, my own authenticity. Um, and being okay with it. And whoever doesn't like me, and who does. And they're gonna ride with me till the wheels fall off. The ones that do.
Yes.
They're
That's
gonna
a
ride
good
with me
point.
till the wheels fall off.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He literally, it's crazy, right? Because we're talking about somebody that's like, what's the word? I don't want to give him like a quote unquote, like he's perceived as a bigot, he's perceived as a racist, right? But at the same time, he is showing people how to stand in their truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's always, since his first presidency, he's always like emboldened people. And it's crazy how, like, we didn't, like, whatever era, I forgot whatever year that he was in office for those 4 years the first time. But
Yeah.
that just basically brought people out the closet, like y'all
Right
was
after
saying.
Obama, 2016. Right after.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
Obama.
2016 to
And
2020.
Yeah,
yeah, and
2016 to 2020, right?
and for that to be like not that long ago, and he brought people's true feelings out from basically how people been, but they just have not been they have not been practicing their old ways because they know we're not really going for that type of engagement.
Yeah.
But
They felt
he
so closeted. And that
yeah.
but that's the thing. It's like,
But that's scary. You never know who you sitting next to and what their thoughts and intentions truly are.
I know. But
Yeah.
But you
now it's like we don't know it.
And I
And
yeah.
that's
like that.
good.
This is
That's
coming from somebody that
good.
lives in the north. Like you're from Detroit, so you understand. Like when they even say
Oh yeah.
compare the north to the south, like a lot of people in the north, especially in New York and stuff, we're used to that where it's like they're not overtly racist and they're not openly, but they do a lot of like closeted stuff. They do a lot of underhanded things, and they're not
Yeah.
out in your face. And that's
Yeah.
worse. I'd rather you tell me you don't like me straight to my face than pretend that you do and then try to sabotage me.
That
That
part.
is some up north
That
stuff
part.
for sure. That's some up north stuff for sure. That's
Yes.
how up north racism works.
Yes.
And it
But-
is very alive. It's not. It's like it is not there because you have. I have had way more. I would say even what's crazy is like I've had more experiences of racism being in the north than I did all these years that I lived in the south.
That's wild,
Mm.
right? Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
Even in Mississippi, I was in Mississippi. Like, and not to say, and this is not to take away from the fact that that is absolutely a thing, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's absolutely a thing everywhere.
Yeah.
So that whole, I don't, they're emboldened racist, whatever, it's like, well, good. Now we know who they are.
Yes.
Mhm.
You don't have to question what they really do. Like, no, they showing you.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. They
And that
really
doesn't
are.
mean you be afraid. That
No.
means
No.
you show them.
Correct. You know how to protect yourself because you know who, you know what
Yeah.
it is.
That's why I'm glad that I've always been like a blunt person and, use my discernment. And I've never like played with people in the workplace and school place. Like, I don't care who you are, white, black, whatever. Like, if you come at me in a way and I sense it or I don't feel your vibe, I'm going to look at you crazy or I'm probably going to tell you, you okay? Because this is not the energy that you about to give to me today. Let's try again.
You can keep that.
You can keep that, I don't care how superior you feel like you are.
I be so unbothered, y'all. I be so nice. I be like, I don't know what it is in public. I just be wanting to make sure that they know that I don't give a fuck about them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep being fabulous and I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna smile.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's hurting you inside that I feel
Yes.
like I feel.
That I'm not bothered by you. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I want you to feel, not even I want you to feel, I actually don't care. That's the part. And I want
Yeah.
you to know that I don't. Because I see that you do, and I don't.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I hope you, like, are blessed. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, be blessed, ma'am. Over there
Yeah.
with your miserable self. You know what I'm saying? And you look like the Crips keeper, but you my age.
Okay. It infuriates people though when they feel like they're wanting to shake or rattle your cage, but they
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
They be
Yes.
so mad.
They
And
be
that's
so
why
mad. So I'm
that's why
like, you
people used to always tell me like I had this like what is it, resting B face?
Yeah.
And, or like I don't respond. I've always been monotone. People could never get emotions from me. And I'd be like, that was like my superpower. You're not getting a response out of me. No.
Especially when people are trying to provoke you, and for me, I'm just gonna withdraw my energy. Like, I don't have to go there. I don't have to spend money there. I don't
Right.
have to tell anybody about any place there. I don't, and we all are gonna handle it the way that we're supposed to. But even looping back, they introduced exactly energy vampires for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Even looping back to what we said about knowing that these things and these people exist, and now this person is like in office, right? We're able to see how much it exists and where it is and how many people do it. I feel like it's our duty to respond in our authenticity as well. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
take the good parts from that man. Take the good parts from that man, the parts that you can respect, the parts about like being authentic, and things like for me is being authentic, and like I can do anything.
Like with him, you know that he's not gonna stab in your back because he's gonna tell you what he's gonna do. He's gonna be real
He
about
told
it.
everybody.
Exactly.
You know what to expect.
You know what to expect, so you can't say you were blindsided when he told you.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to always say, when people show you who they are, tell you who they are, believe them.
Believe
The
them.
first time.
Yeah.
And that's why we all, I feel like, even on our own individual levels, it's like, okay, like for me, it's like I can't go back to a way where I used to like I can't go back to I have freed myself from said mask. You get what I'm saying? I can't necessarily go back to put that mask on that was trying to be accepted by everybody because I realized that gets me nowhere. That gets
It gets you messed up.
yeah, and so we have to be okay with being uncomfortable because a lot of us are gonna make people uncomfortable, just like that person is. Because it's making us uncomfortable because we realizing like, damn, you really got
He's not wearing a mask. He has mask off. And he's truly authentic because even the second time he ran, he never switched up. He still ran exactly like, you know what I mean? He's still the same person he was when he ran the last time.
He is still the same person. He's not a fool like, and he don't act like he know nothing. He don't know, y'all.
Correct.
He do not be knowing what's going on, which is absolutely crazy, but it's actually hilarious at the same time. But it's really sad. Like it's all the emotions, it's all the things. Like he doesn't have the capability to be in the position that he's in, but he's there.
But it just shows you that money is power. And it actually showed you how you used Elon Musk to get where he wanted to go as well. And
he's gonna use whoever.
Exactly.
He's showing people that want to take that route how to do it. This is what you do. You know what I mean?
Okay, get you somebody to back you. Like
It's all about who you know. It's all about how much you got. It don't matter how much you know.
And I think that even those things, as we say them out loud, I personally want to take the negative connotation off of it. Not like y'all doing it or anything, but I'm just saying like, how we get ahead is using people, and I mean it in the best way. Like I mean like for us, like using our strength together. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with you, Cosmic. I wasn't trying to say it in a negative way, but it can be looked at both ways.
I knew you weren't. I was just saying, like in general, because I feel like we have these like these negative connotations with how you get where you want to go.
Correct. Yeah. Networking is the key to everything. Like that's what he was doing on a big scale.
On a big scale, on a huge scale. Hey, Ambry, welcome in.
Now, whether he had negative, like again, it's viewed as negative because of his selfish interest, right? He's just doing it for himself. But at the same time, if you know you have a purpose, you can still use his formula and still do the greater good that you want to do. You know what I mean? You don't gotta like throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's the term they like to use. Like you can take things and implement that and do good.
Don't throw a baby out with the bathwater, man.
Absolutely.
Look at these people and learn if you ever did something. Because at the end of the day, this man been on the news for 10 years.
Right.
Every day. Every day. So you don't know how much energy that is. This man been in people's mouths every single day for the last. And that's
even when he wasn't in office, bro, they were still talking about him.
Yeah, I'm like, it's literally been every single day for the last like 12 years. This person has been in people's mouths. This person has been.
That's power.
That's crazy. And he is, Ambry. He is. That's the part. He is. He's terrible.
She came in. He's a disgusting individual.
He's disgusting. He's terrible. He's terrible. Nobody's like, I'm not denying that. But when we think about,
we can learn from everybody.
We can learn from this person. I don't like him. I don't. But I am choosing to. Okay, what can I learn? What can I learn from this, and how can I transmute this into a good? How can I transmute this into a good thing? No, I don't think he's gonna make. I think he's seriously on his way out. To be honest, from what I've been seeing recently, I'm like,
you mean like from this realm?
Like, right, this realm or impeachment?
I don't think impeachment.
Because he wouldn't impeach last time.
Nobody's gonna do it. Like, come on now, why he shouldn't even got up there?
They said he had a stroke or something.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. See,
I don't know. I know it's something.
But I believe it. He has a terrible diet, like you pointed out. He's 80 or close to it. He's pushing 80. He's not really that healthy. Yeah, so I believe that.
They said, which I didn't even know that.
Which I'm surprised that they even let him get back in office with his age already, though.
They don't have an age limit. That's the problem. That's what they were talking about with Biden, like the age limit.
Right. He was definitely sitting towards the end of his term. Yeah.
For him to be for yeah, that makes sense. JDV trying to take everything over, and he's just as ridiculous.
He's not. He's not
Yeah,
gonna make it long. Let's be serious. Oh wow, I didn't know he was that sick.
no, what's crazy, y'all? I think the thing is, like, when I'm seeing stuff now, I'm like, dang, is he mentally like? I mean, he already was mentally questionable, but I mean,
is he really losing it?
Yeah, like, is he really losing it? Because he said something the other day about 9/11 as if it was like the other day. I don't know. It was weird. And I was like,
wait, you talking about
comments
Orange?
were filtered, so try to rewrite it. If you comment, try to rewrite it and try to use.
You talking about the Orange Man or?
I didn't know he was losing his mind too. That's crazy.
I
mean, it's not crazy, but it's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I think that might be happening.
Dementia, Alzheimer's. Yeah, it's that he's around that age, so it makes sense.
But what's even hilarious is like him dogging Biden for being that old and then literally.
And look at him, right? That's what they say when you point fingers. He's sick. His organs are failing. Wow. Yeah, I believe that. Oh wow.
I believe it's too much. It's too much to be in there. But it's like the other dude that's up under him is even more ridiculous. That dude told somebody.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I like being an empath because as soon as I read that, I felt bad for him. As soon as I read that, I'm like, damn, like, aw. Like, that's terrible.
I'm done. Not you don't put the laughing laughing sound.
I'm not laughing because he's laughing. I'm laughing because of what you said. Like, that is funny. Like,
yes.
The being and feeling bad for him.
Yeah, it's like we're just talking about all of it at the same time. It's like, again, like, that doesn't change my humanity, regardless of whether he's human or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see. Yeah.
I don't.
Understandable.
Yeah, I get that. I think that yeah, he's ridiculous. But I do think that something is going on mentally for sure. Like, I definitely think, or just, yeah, I think that it's something going on for sure.
That's not new. He's been a mental case. But
yes, he has.
But you're talking about when he was young. Now he's going
like
through
literally sick. Like, okay,
yeah.
And I mean, because it was already there. Like, mental illness is real.
So imagine it like his organs failing, and he already had mental illness, so that's just probably extra.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's a puppet. They're using him. I agree.
Who's a puppet? Him or the vice president? Who's he talking about?
I think she's talking about him, the orange person. Yeah, because he's just carrying out agendas that somebody else wants, obviously, because they're not stopping it.
Yeah, and couldn't y'all tell that the first time? I knew the first time he won that he was a puppet because look at how they even turned on him. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I mean, this time around, they wanted him in there regardless of anything. Because look, he's a whole felon and he's still in office. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
He's a lot of things amongst just the felon.
But the fact that a felon is in office and a felon can't get a job at McDonald's?
A predator, all that. Yeah. But hey, this world does what they want to. It's great America.
Not great America.
Great value America. The Walmart van. Great value.
For real. Walmart.
Great value.
They really are terrible,
All of them are so bad. Yeah.
They really are. They really are terrible. I think the what we were talking about was just kind of like, how do we as individuals and community learn from this and shift it to where it's like we make things better in the best way that we can. Like learning, like for one, like things that maybe should have disqualified us don't have to disqualify us. I'm not saying nobody needs to just be out here doing crazy things or like, I think that those things are punishable. Everything he did is punishable and should be punished. I think that when you have good heart and good soul, you're not gonna do those things to people. You know that your goal is not to harm others. You know what I'm saying? And you don't do those things for your personal gain. So I think that just in general, I'm talking about people who got good hearts and stuff like that. Like, what can you learn from this? It's like networking for sure. um, I can learn that I don't have to like someone. Um, I don't have to like. I don't gotta like nobody. Listen, I'm just being my authentic self, and if I don't like you, I don't like you. That don't mean I want harm for you, though. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want you around me.
Right. And
That's
can we like start as a collective? Like we definitely need to start getting to a place where it's like, yeah, just because I may not agree with you, I may not like you, doesn't mean that I want anything bad to happen to you. I just don't fuck with you. And that's that.
Yeah,
absolutely. I stay in my lane, you stay in your lane.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Like
we
we
can both
literally
live
don't
in
ever.
peace. I feel like that's utopia right there. I think I had this conversation a couple years ago with someone about like I feel like world peace is coming to that because we're never all
Oh, you went on mute. Wait.
I got a phone call, my bad.
Oh, okay, okay.
As soon as I'm talking about world peace, they're like, nope. And that's my point. Like, we're never all gonna agree. Like, we're all individuals. We all have our own, perspective and mindsets, and that's okay. As long as we all, like, have our where you're not harming somebody else. I feel like we all could live good if we just realize, oh, okay, this is what I align with, and this is what I don't align with. You stay over there, I stay over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like don't. Yeah. Like do no harm. You know what I'm
No
saying?
harm, yeah.
I
Like,
think
there's
that's a huge thing. You know. And I think that's the part that we
But
have.
everything else is none of my business. As long as you're not hurting, like physically hurting people, manipulate, trying to harm people, it's none of my business.
No, for
That
sure.
part.
I definitely understand that, and I think like the thought process of being just like
Thank you for the gifts.
just because I don't agree with you and I don't agree with your thoughts, I don't agree maybe with or just your stance on things, it doesn't mean I have to cause harm to you because of that. And I think that's what the problem is now. Like, we're seeing all of these mass situations and people going into schools and churches and stores and all this stuff because they are so filled to the brim with hatred
Yes.
that they have to go release it on somebody else when really it's all hatred for self. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, I have to, because you can't do nothing like that without seriously hating yourself. Because
Right.
most of them end up, doing something to themselves at the end anyway.
Right.
Um,
When you talk about the harm, like even with the dude that just, I don't want to bring up his name to bring in for the wrong reasons, but the guy that, the political guy, it's like the same thing. It's like, again, similar to the guy in office. It's like they say certain things, but they're showing you exactly who they are, who they were. You either rock with them or you don't. You don't gotta be like taking people's lives and all this other stuff. Like, where are we going as a society? Where it's like when we talk about free speech, that's what comes with it. You're gonna hear some things that you don't like because everybody thinks differently.
no,
Yeah.
literally. Yeah, he was. It's true.
Yes. No,
It's-
and at the end of the day, I get it. But that's a fact right there. He was a straight up racist, and people idolize him. Those people that idolize him were racist as well. And let's just agree to, you know what I mean? Like they're just
Yeah.
showing you who it was. We're not gonna mince words or say like, okay, I know that's what you rock with. I know where you stand. Cool.
Yeah.
You know. People
and they
need
be
to keep
doubling
showing-
down on it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't respect the people that tried to flip it and say that he wasn't that. And when the man was blatantly caught multiple times saying the same things, like trying to say that he wasn't racist, he wasn't a misogynist, certain things that he would even say against women. So it's like those were his views. Nobody put words in his mouth, and if they did, he still chose to say them.
That part. He still chose to say them. Right?
Yep.
What do you guys like when people are racist and they're still able to have friends that are, black or in whatever other community? What do you think that comes from in their mind? Like, because that kind of goes back to when I was saying, like, when people have a certain thought in their mind and they think that they're right, then they don't see it as wrong. And so if you're racist, like, for instance, his friend was quote unquote Candace Owens, and she feels so passionate about him. Right? How were they able to have with him being a racist? People that are racist see it as a wealth gap situation, like, oh, because because you're of a certain class, I can't be friends with you, or if you are a certain level of wealth, I can, because your views are differently. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are making sense, and it's layered because
Yeah.
everything you just pointed on is a fact. I think it is layered, and with number one, Candace and him agreed on a lot of things because if you be real, like a lot of stuff he was spewing, she spews as well. If you actually listen to her, again,
Yeah.
not saying not downing her completely because some things she says I do agree with as well, but not everything.
Yeah.
But they probably agreed on commonalities, and there's also that I don't know if you ever heard of, oh, you're a different kind of black person. Like there's people that have that
Mm-hmm.
mentality as well. So maybe I don't know him personally, but maybe that's his viewpoint. It's like, oh, she wasn't the the type of whatever what he envisioned. So that's probably what they agreed on. And again, classism, like you said, she was in a different class as well. She's married to some British guy or whatever. So like, there's a lot. It's layered when it comes to that. Who knows?
I agree with it being layered.
Mm-hmm.
And and this is just 1,000%. I did not know I didn't know who he was until that situation happened. And I also heard some things from like Candace on a while back, so I just never really listened to a lot of her at all. I saw a few things that he has said about people of color that were distasteful for sure. I haven't, like I said, you talking about like two snippets of stuff because I just was like, I'm not about to surround myself with this person or even attach an emotional thing to it because I did not know he existed. And so I'm just going to like leave it there, if that makes sense, like for my own sanity. But I was trying to like just get a little bit of a glimpse of what it was. But I do think that a lot of the times like people can be friends with people because like what you said, it's like, oh, you're not like these type of black people, right? So maybe you don't believe in the things that feel like a direct threat to me. So I can be friends with you.
Yep.
Like for instance, some people think, okay, thank you so much, Every, for coming in and jumping in the conversation. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the gifts.
Yeah, thank you so much for the gifts. People may feel like if you're not a direct threat to me, then you can be around me. You get what I'm saying? Or we can have words or whatever. Or if you know how I feel about this and you're still around, then okay. And I don't necessarily care. I think that a lot of times what we see with some of these people is that they're conditioned from what news and media has showed them. And so they think that everybody that looks like this thinks a certain way or is a certain way or does certain things. And so that's how they form their opinion before ever even being in their spaces or knowing them, you know? And I think that's unfortunately the case for a lot of people, not just people that are like white, right? That's for us too. Like we can form opinions about, I don't know, let's say Asian people, but never been nowhere around them. Our only connection is from what we see on TV. And if that's it, then that needs to be checked for everybody because it's all a lie.
Correct.
Right.
That's ignorance,
All
though.
lies.
That's
Yeah.
ignorance.
So it's like if you have never really been like and spent time in an Asian community or Asia, any country in Asia, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't really even be having an opinion about them people anyway. But see, that's the thing.
Right.
We get emboldened by what we have seen on TV. And so I say all that to say, like, there are people who like really believe what news media was saying about like things like BLM, right?
Yes.
And we know what BLM was for and what it is for and what the goal is. There are people who truly view that as like the worst thing on earth.
Yes, because of what they were portrayed and because of, other people co-opting stuff and just because somebody else saying, oh, this is what I represent, so you're thinking that that's all it's about. Yeah.
Right. You think it's about just starting riots.
Correct. Like, come on.
So I think that plays a large part in it. It's like, because some things that he said, I heard a couple things that he said that I was like, that's true. But I don't agree.
That's how I feel about Candace. I haven't really heard what he said. except for whatever they showed. Like, and like you said,
Yeah,
I didn't feel the
it's
need to
some
go look.
really, I would say like it's tough because the truth be hurting, man. The truth hurts, and I think that's
Yeah.
what we gotta get. We have to, as the truth comes out, and this stuff about and people being more authentic. As the truth come out, that shit hurts. Okay, so I'm gonna just say that because I don't agree with him in general, nor do I like.
Yeah.
It's just no. It's a no for me. But the truth does hurt, and like a lot of the time I heard him say a couple things that I was like, okay, that's true, but it was some other stuff that I was like, you don't know what you're talking
Yeah, yeah. Don't be adding stuff in there. Yep.
about. Right. It's like, hold your horses, my dude. Hold your horses now. You putting the cart before the horse. It was like that. You get what I'm saying? So like things about people in our community being accountable for our destruction of our own community. And not blaming everything and continuing to blame everything on someone else's community.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
core
true.
message that I will always agree with Candace, because she is a proponent for that, and people don't like her when she says that. But that is the truth. She's
It is
correct
the
when it comes to
truth.
that.
It is the truth. But it is, again, two truths can, not even
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Both things can be true. Yeah, two
Some
things.
things are true now because we ain't going to ignore how we got here. That's the
Correct.
part. And I think that's the part
Yeah.
that black people are like, you cannot ignore this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're
And then it's
ignoring
like, when do
all
you
of
start
it.
taking your life into your own hands? Part like we understand. I feel like people need to be validated so they can move on. You know what I mean? Like they just, yeah.
But that's the thing too, and why I say, what I say so much is like, okay, but when are you going to stop seeking validation outside of yourself? That's what.
Hello.
When are you going to? Because but again, all of this comes from individual work. You get what I'm saying? Like me being like, I can't keep seeking validation outside of myself or in my own life to realize like, oh, I need to take accountability. Oh, this is actually my fault, not their fault. Oh, I'm actually am smart enough to do blah blah blah, good enough, blah whatever.
Right.
We cannot keep, and we've seen this in the past as well as African Americans of like us wanting to be in their spaces so bad. You get what I'm saying, and be accepted so bad
Yeah.
that we to our own detriment. To our own detriment. And of course, like that's no judgment for like civil rights movements and things like that. Like they did what they thought was the best thing to do. And we've experienced so much change and everything because of it. But on the flip side, there was some things lost. That in some of those movements, not all of them. So I'm trying to be careful about how I say things. But I do think there's something. Again, I just be thinking there's something that we can learn from like everybody. But that shit, that some of that, I don't want to hear them say that. I don't want to hear them say that. I don't want to hear certain people that look a certain way tell me about me. Because when I tell you about you, you don't want to hear it.
But
So that's the thing too. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was throwing out the garbage. I don't know, Hines, does this answer your question too? Like for me, I don't know how anyone else looks at it, but whether it's racism, prejudice, all that stuff is rooted in ignorance to me, ultimately, because even
is.
Cosmic was touching on it, is the fact of, oh, I didn't know that you lived this way or that some of y'all thought this way. Exactly, you didn't. You just made a preconceived notion based off of what you thought.
Yes.
And then you made a whole judgment based off a whole group of people because you thought everybody was like this. That's ignorant. No matter how you flip it. So it's like, yeah, when you ask how can they be friends or like how can, it's because like, I don't know. It's there. You could be blissfully ignorant, basically. That's how I feel.
Oh yeah.
You can live in that ignorance and like not take accountability, because it's like you can still spew all that, but then you say that this black woman is your best friend, but you're still talking about the people that she comes from. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
I agree with y'all on that. This is interesting. Could any of you be friends with an openly racist person?
Would I? No.
Yeah, could you? No.
No, I don't, because especially if they're openly, I know, I don't know how that would. I don't know how that would look.
go. Yeah.
I don't know how that would look.
But they're giving you that spiel. You're different. You're not like the rest.
I can't,
You're the
and that's
exception.
And yeah, that would rub me the wrong way. I'm sorry. I don't find that as a compliment.
Right. At all. At
No.
all.
Oh, like, excuse
From
me?
a
We're all
racist?
different.
No.
Who are you talking about? Like, you like that
That's
would
not
just cause
great.
arguments. So no.
Yeah.
I think openly, I think it to me we wouldn't be on, we're not on the same vibration because that's some low shit. Just to be honest, like it's low, and I just don't vibrate there. If that makes sense, like I'm just like, no.
Me too. But that goes back to that whole validation thing when someone is like seeking validation and especially if they're looking to be approved, from a specific community or whatever, and then you get that confirmation and you feel like it's okay, I'm complete, or this makes me whole, that I'm being accepted,
By this person.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I was thinking when you said that. It was like when she talked about validation, the only reason why you would be friends with an openly racist person is because, yeah, they're telling you, oh, you different. You're getting that validation. Like, oh, yeah, I'm different. I'm accepted finally. Like, no, I don't need your acceptance. Like, what do you mean?
And usually that's from the people who haven't been accepted in their own culture. That usually happens,
Yes.
Or maybe they've been ostracized
Ostracized.
in their own culture, which is
Yes.
at the same time too. And they have a vast hate for self, which again, all sad.
Well, it all connects, right? Because
Yeah.
they were already ostracized by their own, so why would they love themselves?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a journey that they got to go through. I do think I think for me being like again on the fact like being like friends with an openly racist person, I think someone who doesn't know but is open to learning and like not doesn't pass judgment on people, but they may not know all of the the back because they were so like sheltered or something like that. I feel like now it's like it's not my job to do the research for them or tell them any of these things, but I do appreciate somebody who is like open to learning versus somebody who is like, yeah, no, y'all are just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like just blatantly like it's really like the reason why we're going through the things is just because we look like this versus like no, this is a lot of this has been like strategically and systematically set up like from the beginning. This is how this country's but like not knowing like I don't think it's an excuse for you to not know them at this point, but I do think there's a difference between people who are blatantly ignoring it versus people who are like willing and open to learn it as they become more awake. If that makes sense. Still having patience with those people, but I'm definitely not a one person, like I said, somebody said something to me the other day that was really wild. I think the one that I told you, like, hey Jay, what's going on? How you doing? You are welcome to come up on the panel as well too if you want. Just request that we're just kind of having a discussion and just talking a lot about culture right now, what's going on, and thank you for my daily harping. And talking about people. Hey Day, how you doing? Welcome in. Talking about we kind of started talking about the office, the White House, and like we kind of trickled down to talking about being friends with openly people who are against us and our color, right? And or just racist in general. But I think for me, thank you for the perfumes. I think for me, what I was gonna say was somebody told me like that they believe that people of color are the ones who should be leading this world and that are the most blessed and are the most like godly and anointed and royalty, right? People of color. But also know that we have been, unfortunately, because we are the most like light, we have also been the most like cursed, and darkness has been shed upon us because of that, or dark things have been done because of that. And it was really interesting to hear because I was like, dang, I didn't think about it like that as us having the most what's the word, like curses. And it's not it's like other people, placing that on us. Does that make sense? I'm trying to like say what I'm trying to say. But it's because we are the most anointed. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Because of course, what since the beginning of the time, there's been well, we'll even start back in what we've been taught in like what the biblical times with God being a Hebrew and the discrimination because of who he was, which they say he had wool hair and a darker shade of skin and all these things, but he was ridiculed. He was done things to, beaten, put on a cross, and blah 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 blah, discriminated against, because of his beliefs and who he was. And I feel like if we're looking from that biblical time, and then this us as our group of people, if we're going to be specific about it, melanated people, you know, we've been ridiculed, criticized, ostracized, curses, like you said, things have been done to us, right? So that's a lot of trauma that has been built up over thousands of years, however long, a long time, shit. But it's been going on. It's slavery, period. If you were not a certain group of people, you were forced into slavery. If you were the weaker of the group, you were forced into slavery or whatever. Wait, what was the point I was going? What was the question? I don't know.
Conversation. You're like, my thoughts are everywhere.
Wait, because I'm in the store and I'm picking up stuff and I'm trying to make a point too.
No, 1,000%. It's okay. I
Wait.
just kind of was like, I don't know. Shoot, I was just kind of rambling myself.
Excuse me. Oh, because you said that they asked about. You said that they think that black, well,
Oh, black are
melanated
the
people
most like
should be
anointed, and we should be
anointed.
the power.
Yeah, and the power. Because I say that because all the shit that we have been through and all the oppression that we have been through, but we have always somehow seemed to overcome. It shows power. It shows resilience. It shows that we're capable of sustaining and overcoming anything. So why could we not? And if we're going even back in Greek time or whatever, not Greek time, back in history when we're talking about like the Egypts and all those things, the Moors and stuff, these people were in power. These people did have power. These people did use their power. They were royalty, right? So why can't we not circle back around and be in that era? If we're gonna say it was supposed to be rightfully so, our positions in this world, that's why I feel like a lot of our people in our culture, we do have a lot of gifts. For myself, I didn't realize the magnitude of the gifts that I possess within myself for a long time because of always overextending myself out to others. So when you can't see it for yourself, then you can't use it, right?
Oh,
So
yeah. You got it.
when you start acknowledging who you are and the things that you possess and the powers that you have, that's when you're able to project it and put it out into the world and help. So I think there's some truth to that. But I also feel like not just as our community, but this people in general can elevate and grow and become better people and use their power for good, right? But that's if you really home in and tap into it. So I don't know.
That's why I say like, okay, what can we learn? Go ahead, Elevate. Sorry.
Yeah, and I love what he just ended it with because that's what I wanted to touch on too. I do agree that, we're powerful people. We come from powerful bloodlines, powerful history. At the same time, I've watched a lot of different content too. So I don't know. I feel like it's a little dangerous to a black supremacy. I don't feel like anyone should feel that they're higher because I feel like that's a dangerous conversation for anyone to have. Like when we start viewing it, I do agree that we've been oppressed, but at the same time, when we start saying that, we should where does that go? You know what I mean? Like we're all great and we should all understand that greatness and uplift each other so we can all be great and not necessarily look down on others and say that we're better than, you know what I mean? Like I feel like certain groups of people do feed into that because of all the hate and the pain, within our community. So it's like they go toward black supremacy, like, oh, we're better than, or we're even more human. And there's certain conversations that I had where it's like, I feel like that's also dangerous and that's not going to lead us anywhere. So that's where when I hear that, it's like, okay, yeah, definitely we are great. And that's what we need to hone in on, our gifts, our talents, and keep building and growing and seeing that. But at the same time, I don't believe that any one individual is better than somebody else because we're all connected,
Yeah. I think that's dope. That, what you said too, because it is a lot of those conversations that are happening that are very one sided. And again, like I hate to say it, but that's kind of the same. It's like I definitely agree that the history shows us the the start of melanated people and like how that transcended into other groups of people, right? But I think to your point of like the superiority like complex, like okay, where does that get us though, right? Where does that take us? And I think it's interesting, and what I was gonna say was that I hate to say it is like that thought process and that thinking sounds a lot like what we said about the person that's in office, that superiority and like everything should be good but only for these people. You get what I'm saying? Like what y'all think?
Yeah, that I agree with both of you, especially like what you were saying earlier about it's as a collective. That's really ultimately what it is, and because it makes us just as the same as those other people, like we were talking about, that promote white supremacy.
Yeah.
If we're just promoting black supremacy, and not to say that you can't be proud about who you are or your culture and where
Yeah,
you
you
come
should
from.
be.
Yeah, absolutely. But don't make it into a campaign. Hey, promote for everyone to win and hopefully to have a better mindset to want to grow and help other people to grow and elevate together because we do enough division. It's been enough division.
And I think that's maybe why I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was the bulk of what I was saying. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'd be like trying to jump in like, oh yeah. It's like I think that's I think 1,000%. I think that maybe that is why it's like if maybe that could be the reason why things haven't transcended as much for people that look like us, because it's like if we're trying to adopt still the same ideals that the people that we don't like are adopting, how does that make us any better? You get what I'm saying? Like where does that really put us at as far as the collective goes? Like because we can say like black people should be doing this or people of color, blah blah blah. But if your goal is to get to the top so you could do the exact same thing but just to another group of people, you've lost the plot.
Yeah.
You've lost the plot because you're doing it out of hurt, you're doing it out of spite, you're doing it out of all these shadowy type of emotions versus like what is good for Mother Earth. You get what I'm saying? What is good for humanity? That's a lot of what like Bob Marley and stuff was talking about. It's like it's about humanity.
Yeah. It really
I
is.
think that's where we at. And I think that's where we at in the evolution of like humanity. Is like coming back to what is good for humanity, not just what's
Yeah.
good for the white people from West Virginia, and not just what's good for the Mexican people that's in Houston, or not just good for the black people that's in Brooklyn. Like you get what I'm saying? What is
Yeah.
good for all of us? And it damn sure ain't fighting all damn day about
Nope.
being from them three different places. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Seriously,
Exactly.
because people do like, and that's what I feel like is the larger thing that's happening too. Is like that amount of division is crazy. Like it's starting to get like, okay, y'all. Obviously, they just want us to be like, bah, 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 bah. You get what I'm saying? It's like, when does it end? When does
Yeah.
the tug of war end? I don't care what end you on. Like, we got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? Like shit in the rain for like stuff about like when I think about bigger fish to fry, I think about the state of our planet. Like, okay,
Yes. Speak on it.
like for real, the state of our planet and the things that I hear all the time. The things that we're doing to indigenous cultures that are still in the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest is literally like how we breathe and giving the most oxygen to the earth, and it's consistently being destroyed. Like those are the things that we all need to like shut up about this shit that really don't matter, like race. I hate the like
Distraction. It's the biggest distraction ever, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
like, are we gonna have water? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, Stuff like that is where what takes precedence. But I fear that because we're all focused on money, either money because we gotta survive, which hey, that's our form of what we gotta use right now. But like, if it's not money, then it's the way we think in politics. If it's not politics, then it's old racism. If it's not racism, then it's classism. It's not classism, then it's sexism. If it's not sexism, then it's what's the other word? I don't want to say it's not sexual abuse. What's the word? But when people are like, it's not sexism because that's the sexist. But I'm talking like genderism, or gender conformity, like how people express themselves.
Oh my God, yeah, that they have to always, you see, like even when people let go, they have to create something else. So even like now, they'll talk about whether it's your sexual orientation or if you're like a gender non-conform. All like they just got to keep creating.
Other ways to divide us. When it's like,
when do we
we get to the part?
So many layers of everything. Everything's
Right.
layered.
It's so many layers, y'all. But then when you talk about this stuff, people get mad because sometimes they get mad because they want you, like they feel like it's dismissing their feelings about all of these things. And it's like, no. But it's like, I just always think of Game of Thrones, y'all. Game of Thrones is good. I don't know if did y'all. I know.
No, I never got into it when it was popular, but like I know that it was good. I heard that, but I never got
I've
into it.
only probably seen like maybe one episode. I'm gonna go binge watch it one day.
Right? I thought about that too. Like I like to watch a show like way after the fact.
Way after the fact, y'all gotta wait after because that's all you can just watch it all. It's 3. If all people of color were gone, they would still divide down to eye color and hair. No, seriously.
Yes.
I'm telling you, like it would just like we would just which one? Because that is the ego. Because you gotta feel better than somebody else in order to feel good about yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Problem. And that's the problem.
This level of hierarchy. Oh, somebody's poor. I got money. I feel better about myself than I feel. At least I'm not poor. Like you get what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of happy poor people. Let's be clear.
It's amazing how people use things to like hype themselves or like to elevate them or whatever makes them feel like they're elevated. They'll be okay with the next person, like stepping on the next person, or they're in the ghetto, but I'm not. It's cool. We good. They get a high off of those type of things. I've heard people say at their mouth crazy shit like that, and I'd be
crazy
like,
stuff.
okay,
crazy stuff. And I'm like,
I'd be like, okay, yeah, real cringe.
It's actually not the flex that you think.
It's not at all. No,
It's not. But it's funny because I laugh because I know I have been like that. I think Black women are like the bee's knees. You know what I'm saying? Not just because I am one, but just historically. Like I just feel like if Black people are the beginning, and then women bring life into the world, like what?
I don't think there's anything wrong with empowerment. Again, don't get me wrong, but I was just saying, like, as long as you're not putting down somebody else, there's nothing wrong with empowerment because that's self-love. That's the whole thing. We need to empower each other. We need to love ourselves. That's how we keep growing. That's how we keep elevating. But we don't. But empowerment and loving doesn't mean that I hate somebody else. It doesn't mean I think I'm better than somebody else. You know what I mean? Like that's all.
Welcome in. Thank you for coming in this morning. 1,000%. 1,000%. I just think that it's so crucial for us to kind of get back to like humanity. I think if we can look at things through the eyes of humanity more than our own avatar's interests, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that we'll be better off. We all can start thinking about everyone, ourselves in being a part of the greater whole of everything. We'll be in a better space because we focus a lot on what divides us versus what unifies us, and the focus now should be what unifies us and what we can do. And the reason why I said Game of Thrones because I know that was random and I didn't finish, but there's a part in there, like in Game of Thrones, is the shit. Okay, so when y'all watch it, but y'all gotta be patient with it. Please just tell me y'all gonna be patient with it because it's slow at first, and it's a whole bunch of people you ain't gonna know who they are. You gonna be like, who the hell is this? Just Just stick with it, okay? So, I'm for real. I'll be having to give disclaimers because you're gonna be, especially if you're not really like a mid or like a sci-fi or like medieval. Yeah, it starts off real slow, y'all, real slow. But that first episode at the end is gonna pick up, okay? But so, okay, all that to say, it's a part in there where there's a character. There's like this. There's this. The premise of the show is like everybody's battling over this throne, right? Everybody feels like they have a right to this throne. They should be in power. But there's a huge war that they need to fight. And it's a war that people don't believe is coming. Like the masses don't believe is coming. But it is. And the main person that knows it's coming is like, y'all, everybody is battling over this throne right here, and ain't none of this gonna matter if we all dead. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, and I'm trying not to give away like all the details, but it's like, hey, this is small stuff right now. Like, y'all are battling over these politics and all this other. The bigger thing is like, nobody will be here if we don't handle this over here. If we don't all come together and handle this, none of this is gonna even exist anymore. And that's what I always like think back to. Not to say like, oh my God, the world is ending, but I'm just saying like the bigger problems lie in how we take care of ourselves and Mother Earth, and not neglecting that, and not neglecting our responsibility to Mother Earth. Like, we're literally living on this planet, like taking care of it, right? And like what that and how we can do our small part each day by doing that, right? And taking care of ourselves and our fellow humans. Not all of the stuff that they try to push in our face to pay attention to, or get us to want to be like. It's like, how can we take care of ourselves and how can we take care of our planet that we're living on? And I feel like that is the main thing. And until we do right by that, what would they say?
Until you do right by me,
yes,
everything you do will fail.
yes, our planet is hurting. The whales and other animals are going after fish bowls. Exactly, like the planet is hurting, is crying out for us to pay attention to it. Especially like when these storms and stuff come. Like I said, they cutting off stuff in the Amazon forest. This stuff has been going on for years. It's not, the people have been warning us for years about like climate, control and
Climate
like
control.
yeah, the toxins and stuff that we breathing in, and the clean air and all of these different things, right? And I feel like we get so caught up in all the other stuff, but it's like it ain't gonna matter if like we don't figure out a way to preserve like water. You get what I'm saying? Like fresh drinking water. Like, does it really matter? Like, right or left at that point if nobody has the water? But see, that'd be the thing. They be thinking they gonna get all the water. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh no, well we good. We got a bunker over here. We gonna just get all the stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's like, no, we all deserve, and the earth deserves us to take care of it, if that makes sense. I guess that's my spiel on that, y'all. That's my spiel.
I agree.
I just feel like we got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger.
Say what?
I just feel like we be having bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely bigger fish to fry instead of people scrapping out here in these streets about racism and stuff.
No, for real. Our planet is hurting, the animals and stuff. Like, we all an ecosystem. So it's like we learn that we gotta, like, we have to get more, I'll say.
We have to do our part.
Yeah. We gotta be more connected and do our part because we all connected. It's all connected.
Yeah. But this has always just been like the struggle, I feel like, and people are just never on the same page at the same time. It's always going to be a struggle. It's always going to be a battle, unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying, Dave. Ain't going to be a planet to fight over.
Yeah.
Literally. Why did that piece of hair? Like, literally. Like, quite literally. Like, what is the future? Like, it's not just
These
about...
people...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say these people think that these bonkers and stuff are gonna save them, but baby, please, you gonna go around, you going along right along with the earth with everybody else.
Did y'all hear about the no, for real? Did y'all not even hear about? Did y'all ever watch the 100?
No,
Yes, that was my show. Yes, I watched it. Yeah.
That was crazy. Nah, thank you so much, Bashimsi. They got on my nerves after a while. That's how them shows go. Once it gets to
Mhm.
thank you so much for coming in, Black. I appreciate you.
And I don't really like how it ended. You could tell that they rushed the ending because it didn't really make sense. But whatever.
what's the 100? Is a series or something?
Yeah, okay, so the
Yeah.
100, and it's on Netflix if you got Netflix. Okay, that's another one you can watch. Thank you, Black. If you watch the 100 is about, like, I don't know how many years in the future. I don't even remember when it was set, but it's in the future. And basically the earth, they destroyed the earth. Like, the humans destroyed the earth. And the 100 is 100 like teenagers that they sent back down from this. They was living in space. These people was living in space on this air shuttle thing, like this shuttle thing, station thing. They sent 100 like young kids down back to the earth to see if it was livable. They was juvenile delinquents, and they sent them down there to see if it was livable because the air was basically running out on that station, and they needed to figure out what they was about to do because they knew they didn't have much time. So that whole premise and concept is crazy. You gonna send your kids to the earth? It's crazy. But so that's what they did.
But that's kind of like not exactly the same, but like remember Total Recall when they couldn't breathe on the planet, they had to either have on masks or like certain head coverage, or they couldn't go out without it basically, or they was gonna die for suffocation. And I'm like, this your face. I would definitely, I would not. That would not be appeasing at all. If like, imagine us have like it was kind of similar to COVID. Not that we couldn't breathe, but we had to have on a face mask to cover our face to be out in public. You know. But this is like, is it getting to that point to where we're not gonna be able to breathe properly? Because the pollution is horrible here in Houston already. They always send out those alerts like bad. What did they say? What did they used to say? Air quality. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's just like,
and I'm in LA, and you know it's terrible out here.
That should not be a thing, you know. Mm-hmm. But
and then down there, the thing about Houston and Texas is like they're basically like, yeah, we're big oil. We don't give a shit. Like, we still be pumping big oil.
All these freaking chemical plants and stuff out here.
Yeah, where at least out here, they like incentivize and they give you like, it's way more electric cars out here than I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? But like that's a thing, you know. But it's because it's so terrible at the same time. So, but
yeah, because I was about to say the electric cars are actually worse for the environment than the gas ones.
They putting up these electric pumps every damn where now.
It's not better because of the resources that they use. especially the fully electric ones, they're worse.
Really?
It's crazy because of how the resources that they use. You got to look this stuff up, but yeah, it's all about money. At the end of the day, the reason why they're trying to say climate change and all this stuff doesn't exist is not real because it doesn't fit their interest. They got to have people believing that, oh, don't worry about that. We're not hurting the planet, because they just want to make as much money as they can while they're here. They don't give a fuck about the future. They don't give a fuck about our kids. They're not thinking about that. They're just trying to, it's crazy.
Yeah, like they have literally said like we're about to ruin the earth and then die. Like what?
Yeah, basically.
Literally, like it's like
if we circle back to who we were talking about, the man in office, like if it's true that all his organs are failing, you think this man gives a fuck about any of us? He just trying to he about to go anyway. They don't care. If anything, like what's that generation called before us? The boomers. They've literally shown, and then most of us here were raised by boomers. They've shown that they never thought about the future. Because at the end of the day, look at how we're living now. They never thought about the future. They don't care.
It is. It's true.
It's all about what they can get now, and it's so sad. It's like, oh, might as well, what can we get now? What can we get now? And it's like, yeah, but what's going to be left? What's going to be left? Oh
That's really
man.
real. And I think that it's like, I mean, that's checking me on my own thought process, right? Because it's just thinking like, what's good for the future? Like it's not just about right now. It's not. Cause in like when you get in your own space and you trying to take care, I feel like for them, I would say just from I'll say from people in our community. I can't necessarily say from people outside of that community. But boomers in our community were so strapped and so they had so much depression and so much a bunch of people who probably have lead poisoning running the earth. Now that is a fact, right? They was exposed to so much to everything.
Yes.
Asbestos, poison, all type of diseases, polio, like just all
Hell,
type of stuff.
they used to smoke in like restaurants in public and closed environments. Like
They did.
they didn't care.
Yeah. They was really
And that
living
really, and to be honest, like smoking in public or in restaurants really stopped being a thing, what, 15, 20 years ago? It hadn't been that long.
Yeah, I remember being in sections where it was smoking or non-smoking.
Yeah.
Going in
Yeah.
the restaurant.
I'm like, how is it okay
Yes.
to like be smoking cigarettes around while you eating? But
Also though,
Yes, and restaurants, yes, hotels,
also
everything. It
though,
was crazy.
yes, also though, we cannot forget, and I'm gonna mention this because my one of my aunts, she lived to be 100 and she still smoked. All right, still smoked. One thing that she always said was that in recent years is when they added a lot of chemicals to those cigarettes, and so she would smoke something, even though it's not, it's still not good. I'm not promoting smoking tobacco, right? But she was smoking something that was more pure tobacco versus like the stuff with all those additives and all those the poison and carcinogens and all the extra things that they added in there. That is something too that a lot of people that they started doing. I don't know when they started doing it. Maybe probably in the head. I don't know. I would just be throwing out a number if I guessed. I'm thinking like 80s or something like that, but I don't know. Because she smoked all her life. But she was saying that like that's when everybody started getting cancer because they had been smoking and people was not getting cancer like that. It wasn't a thing. And then she was like, when they started adding all them additives and all that extra stuff in there, that's when people started getting cancer, which is crazy when you think about that. But it doesn't, like I said, still don't make it right. I just can't believe that they used to be smoking like that either. But I think maybe it was because it wasn't always as poisonous. You get what I'm saying?
a lot more things were more in its natural form and pure, back in the days versus now.
Right.
Even with like the meats and things of that nature.
Food, yeah.
Yeah,
They
because
were
they
canning
wasn't.
their own food and doing their own thing or just like, yeah, it wasn't all the poison in it.
Nope. Because it's like how back in the day when before refrigeration, people were able to like take these meats and things of that nature and put them in jars and bury them and stuff like that to preserve them. It's just like they didn't
Preserve a
need the
lot of stuff.
refrigeration,
Oh
But
yeah.
now that stuff would go so bad so quickly because of like all the added things that are in our food. So it has to be refrigerated a lot of times to keep it even preserved longer. You know.
Y'all, I'm not even gonna kid y'all. I had some fruit that I bought a while ago, and it's in my refrigerator, and I need to throw it out, y'all. But it's not molded, and I was like, I'm not eating that. I mean, I wouldn't go eat it anyway if it was molded. But when I realized that it hadn't molded, and I know it's been in there long enough, I was like, oh, this is weird.
Listen,
This is weird.
Yeah.
listen.
Yep.
I was like, cause I had some and it kind of went to the point where I kept them in there to see, like, am I tripping?
Nope.
See, but I be getting
No, you're not tripping.
I be getting fresh tortillas. Them boys be molded, okay? Like you won't eat them boys in a couple days, they gone. And I like it like that though because that lets me know that it's fresh ingredients versus like that fruit that I have in there, some peaches or something, and it's not molded. And I'm like, this is weird. It can't be real.
I kid you not. There's been, and I don't know if anybody else has had the experience. I heard about it, but like getting like fruits out of Walmart, and like I've had bananas, and I want to say grapes too, that had
Because
just
Walmart
sat
did not want our
from
best.
from weeks, and like it never changed, it never did anything, and I was like,
Weeks.
Weeks.
When do you know some peaches to stay good for some weeks?
listen. I was like, yeah, no.
Weeks? Nah, that's crazy. Maybe a couple of days, not weeks.
Weeks.
That's
No, and I'm trying not to say like a month, but I think it might be like okay.
No, for
I'm not even lying.
real.
Not because
Listen.
the way the week's been going by, they first of all been flying.
Listen.
So even when I look back in there, I'm like, why is this not? But I'm like, I'm not about to eat it. But I'm actually looking at it like now. It's kind of like an experiment to me because I'm like,
Girl, listen, to see what you're really like putting into your body. Like, why is this lasting that long? I've never held bananas that haven't at least browned.
ooh, bananas.
yeah. Wait, how long were the bananas?
Weeks.
That's crazy.
Oh
Weeks.
Oh no.
no.
Oh no. Oh
I'm
No.
like, oh no.
Yes.
no. Yeah, Brad, she's right.
No, they feed us
She's
toy
right.
bananas. They feed us toy bananas. No. And that's the part too. They ain't no way it's that much food, and it don't never. And y'all already know all the stuff they do to make it look pretty and like to the eye, right?
Yeah.
So the thought of a banana not going bad is crazy. I can't get bananas to stay, so that's how I know I'm like, oh
Right?
no.
Listen, that's why I was like, I would
scared to buy a
never
bushel
buy
of bananas.
bananas again from Walmart. I would never buy fruit
I ain't
again
buying
like that
shit
from
from
Walmart.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Now, I will say the experience that I did have, like in Canada, at Walmart in Canada, they did sell like organic, exotic, natural fruits and stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy how you can go into another country and they have, you know, and even in Mexico, even though that's like next door, that's our neighbor. It was crazy because of their fruit. It wasn't like it was in its natural form basically, and it didn't have like all those extra things in it. But it seemed weird to me because I'm like, I'm used to fruit being more vibrant looking than this or more sweet than this, and it's like this lets me know that in America they fuck yeah.
It's getting so obvious now. It's like so much. I tell people, I'm like, I'll be having so much anxiety at the grocery store because I have to
Easy.
eat.
Yeah.
But it's so much. Everything is a lie. Like,
Yeah.
I hate to say it like that. Like, even if it say that USD organic, it's gonna be more expensive, but that don't even mean that it's necessarily organic for real or that they didn't use pesticides because they still do, even when it's naturally organic. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I look to see if it's made in the
you get a plate of
U.S.
chicken wings. Chickens only have 2 wings. How is that many chickens? How many chickens is it, y'all?
Y'all know them chickens are clones. Stop playing. Y'all been
No,
doing
for
them
real.
chickens
They
are
gotta
clones.
be. They have to
Yep.
be. Ain't no way all these places stay in stock with chicken wings. You can't. They can't.
And then even when you be looking at them chicken wings, they be looking like overdone on steroids, or some of them be
A
looking
wing should be
like it was
small.
like it was a twin wing. You got a double drum or a double wing stuck together, shit, and it'd be all type of weirdness.
Y'all, how is a wing this big?
And some of it's not even identifiable. So I'm like, when you be
It's
pulling
so
some of those
that's why
frozen wings out that bag, don't act like you be looking like, what is this? Like,
I'm telling you, and I don't even want to talk about. That's where I'm gonna cap it because I don't even want to keep going with it because
Right.
it's so much, and that's why I was like, I found this local farm stuff. I think I was telling you about Heinz about the local, like where they team up with all these local farms where they really are giving you organic stuff. And they deliver it to your door. And I was so grateful to find them because I told them, I was like, man, I'd be so anxious about getting stuff out the store because I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it's like we can all say read all the labels and stuff, but it's like some of that stuff is just golly. Okay,
Yeah.
you want me to get you down?
Yes, please. Yes, it was very nice. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye,
Cosmic.
Ellie.
Bye, Heinz.
See you
Day,
later.
everybody.
Azumba. Hello.
Yeah.
They said this is stuff that keep me up at night.
I just do what I can do and I keep moving. Listen, and just try to be more selective about the things I get. I know that's easier said than done, but hey, if I gotta just start drinking my water and my tea. I mean, it is what it is. Sure.
Oh, y'all, it's real, man. It's real. We are in this is an interesting time, and it's like, how do you float?
Listen.
How do you float during this time? Like, how do you continue and like? Then I'm looking at stuff where they're like, oh, use this probiotic powder, or use this superfood, or use that because we're not getting this from the food. It's just like,
Listen. Everything is like a gimmick. You need something to follow up with something in
bruh.
order to get some nutrition.
Hey, Yvonne, welcome in.
Look, I'm over here talking noise. It's diabolical, and I'm in Walmart right now.
You in Walmart right now?
but I'm not getting no fruits and vegetables. I bet you that. I'm not getting no fruits and vegetables.
I'm done. Thank you for my Go Populars. Yeah, we just talking a lot today, and this is a really good conversation. I always love when I have people coming up. Ellie, I'm cracking up. He like, I'm in Walmart right now.
Hey, it's just to grab like something, like some ashwagandha powder, if they got it. But that's it.
You gotta grab what you need. You know, it's just funny. It's funny, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's just an interesting time, y'all. It's an interesting time to be alive. We are really making moves. You know, we're really I don't know. There's so many different things going on right now. That's what I'll say. So many layers happening. I don't know if all the changes that we need to see will happen in our lifetime. I don't know. But I do think things are shifting, and as long as we continue to make it to where we are doing the best that we can individually for ourselves, and like I said earlier, for humanity, and pulling our resources from places that don't align with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I've been pulling my resources. I was a Starbucks drinker, and I stopped drinking Starbucks at the top of the year, and I haven't had none. Well, actually, I had one drink, but I didn't pay for it. Somebody bought it for me. I stopped patronizing them.
Guys, you should.
That was like one thing, but I realized how much money I was giving to them. And I was like, no, like, you need to pull this money back. And what it's done, and I think I've already told you this, Heinz, but just like, it's caused me to go support more small local coffee shops. And I've loved doing that because the coffee has been better. I ain't even gonna hold you. And and the people are always nice at Starbucks, but well, to my experience, they was always nice. But it's just been like better for me to have a connection with those local people and, support local business. So that's been really helpful for me. And so I feel like even in just little areas like that of our lives, if we can just divest, you get what I'm saying, and reinvest it somewhere else, before we know it, these things won't be as even with Starbucks is closing down a lot of places. And it's unfortunate for the people that work there. I'm sorry. However, maybe they'll go to the local smaller coffee shops and be able to work in places like that. I'm hoping. I know that's like a blanket statement and we don't know, but I'm just hoping.
Yeah.
Hey, just welcome in. That they'll be able to, be somewhere that's smaller, and hopefully, as we drive more business to these smaller places, they end up, growing. You know what I'm saying? So, I that's just one thing, that I could think that's like small. But
everything starts with a mustard seed, right? It's the small things that count. It has to grow at some point.
Yeah. And I think that, it's just places to start. And we can all think of like little things that we can do. Maybe not supporting, some of these other. Because so much of this stuff is connected, man. So much of these things be connected, these places and these businesses and conglomerates and all this stuff. It's connected. So it's unfortunate. They have run amok. But I think we have to realize that we still hold so much power.
Yep. Definitely have to take your power back.
The power is in the purse.
We forget that sometimes.
No, it is. That power is in that purse.
Yes. In the coin. The power in the coin. Yeah.
No, it is. And if you pull that stuff back, and it's like, and I don't even want to ever bring it back to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, pull it back so you can respect these people, whatever. No. Actually, you've had your fun. Mm-hmm. Enough is enough. You got a little too big for your britches.
That part.
That's my old folks used to say, you get a little too big for your britches. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get in here. Gotta go get some like no. But yeah, I think that's why I'm gonna leave it today. I feel I definitely need to get off and kind of get my day started. But I really, really appreciate this live. It was so great.
Yes, indeed, it was.
This one definitely is gonna be up on the YT channel. Okay. So if you are not already connected to me on YT, please make sure please make sure that you go ahead and connect with me over there. The link is in my bio. All right. I do all type of stuff over there, talk a lot about manifestation, talk, just kind of do some like random readings. And then I also talk about like what's going on personally with me. So if you guys want to keep up there, go ahead and do that. And I think I'm gonna start going live over there too sometimes in these mornings. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. But I love y'all so much. Dave, thank you so much for being in here this morning. I really appreciate your support. We do this every Wednesday, and you're more than welcome to come up too and join in the discussion. I love y'all.
Love you, friend.
Y'all have an amazing Wednesday. And y'all just remember to keep your vibes high and spread love and positivity out in this earth. And do what's right. Do what's right for humanity, y'all. I love y'all. Let me drop you down too, Hines. Okay, so that way he get his coins and stuff. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next week. World Sunday. I'll see y'all on Sunday in the morning. Y'all be here or be square. Okay?